So we're taking a look at Ole Miss's big win against Oklahoma on the road, able to throw for over 300 yards on what was thought to be one of the #1 defenses in the country. Obviously, a high pressure rate. Had 3 sacks from that defense, and of course 14 negative plays. Something that Lane Kiffin's got to do in big games, not get behind the sticks, get those negative plays that they've had in the past. But right here, taking a look at just one of their favorite concepts. This is early in the game, and this is something that Oklahoma used to do with Lincoln Riley. So you're getting a stutter here, faking the screen. He comes across, he's checking to the flats. They switch release this at the bottom. So he's coming here. This is like a Y cross, so typically he's going there, but you're reading that safety. You're reading this safety, and that safety stays over there on that hash, so he stays vertical. He's going to outside release, getting a rub against man-to-man, then he works back in. So as a quarterback, you're looking, one, if you can hit that whole shot, if you can hit this stutter, whatever you want to do. But if not, now you're progressing to the Y cross, and that's what Simmons does right here. So a little bit of a fake the screen here, whole shot, possibly taking that right here, but he doesn't like it. Safety's a little bit too tight. For corner, I guess, is playing off. Backer plays down, so that's a no-go right there with eyes on the quarterback. So now here's your switch release going vertical. He's reading that safety. He's sitting where typically you'd go on a Y cross where you get over here. So instead he keeps it vertical, and this is a great read and great throw by Chambliss. Sees it, doesn't push him into the safety, and that's the guy right there. You got to put it on his body to avoid this safety, and that's exactly what he does on this one. So great throw and catch, great accuracy. And then just, man, the toughness to come up with this as you're getting hit. I thought this was a really good football play, especially early in the game. Playing a little bit of confidence here on the road. This is a big play. It ends up leading to a field goal early. First points of the game there for Ole Miss. Really set up by this Y cross. It's another great concept where you got a little bit of an option route. You got a corner here from this guy, outside guy in this triangle. He's working across. Then you got an option route right here. He's reading what's happening. If there's nobody here, he can work out. If there's a guy on top of him, he can work out and then back in. Quarterback's really, hey, is it one-on-one? What do these rubs look like? How they switch this off? Now, he's chasing pretty hard, so I'm probably going to stay off this, especially with a 3rd and 8 situation right here. So don't want to force that, especially with that tight coverage. You got this corner route against man-to-man, and he's got an option here. So this is a really tough throw. Anytime you're throwing a corner, you got to be really accurate, and you got to keep your guy moving, and that's what they do right here. So man-to-man, he's on that upside hip. You got this entire field to throw him to. Throw them open. That's the thing that you always got to do. You got to lead that guy and keep him running. And that's what they do right here on this corner throw. He throws him all the way to that space, lets him turn it into almost an out route. Back in the day, you'd call it splashing a guy down. And that's what they do here. Just kept him running. Good throw and catch right there against man-to-man, throwing that corner route out of that wide bunch set. Another great call here on a 4th and 3. They don't have enough guys out here. If this guy's this tight to the box, you should be able to take these two, block those two, and they just throw it to him right here on a little bit of a tunnel. So right there, quarterback just catches it, steps back, throws it to him as he's working in, blocking the most dangerous guys here. Just let him slip. This is on a 4th and 3. So this is one of the good 4th down calls. There were a couple that were a little bit questionable, but right here, good throw and catch. Let him get vertical, and great call right there. I mean, it's 3-on-2. The next guy that can get into it is this cat right here, and he's playing in the box, thinking possible run. So they're able to flip that thing out there to him and, get a pretty good gain there on 4th and 3, get about 6 yards just based off of numbers, outnumbering 3-2 out there on the edge, so on the ball. Really like this concept, and a little bit different formation here from Ole Miss to run this. So you got 2 tight ends over here. You got your tight end, another tight end, and it's a delayed sprint. So you look this direction. Looks like he's running a vertical, probably with him pressed. If he was off, he'd probably run a hitch, and they'd have a chance to throw that hitch with the free access. So you're going to look here, don't like it, then you're going to sprint this way. This tight end, he's going to set the edge. He ends up coming here, and he's going to the intermediate window, and they're running the flood, and the back gets out, so they're going to sprint there to the flood with that delay. So again, quarterback looks here, lets those guys set. If he doesn't like this one-on-one, possible fade throw here, but doesn't like it. So now, hey, we're going to sprint to the right, and you see again, hey, tight end's going vertical to that intermediate. He's going to go FOR. The back's getting out right there to the front side. So there's a sprint. Again, man-to-man, and you got an extra guy kind of sitting here in this window with that cover 2 look. But right there, sprint to it. You got to keep your guy running, just like on the last corner route. And this is kind of one of those banana out routes, mixed between a corner and an out. And right there, just keep him moving. This is a really accurate ball on the run. So this is an impressive throw. So corner hangs just a little bit. Obviously, that underneath's covered up, and you got to push this thing to that second window. So this is a extremely confident throw against a good defense right there. Good protection as well on that delay sprint. As you're looking at it, the tight end, everybody do a great job still on this edge. There's really no slice contain, because a lot of times here comes the slice contain, but it's so late there's no issue right there. When we talk about slice contain, typically it's coming from a Mike backer on a sprint or a quarterback getting out. He's got to go force this to happen. Everybody else is in coverage and working that way to try to take the receivers. But right there, easy pocket right there, late slice contain, good accurate ball, a good throw and catch. This rep right here looks like, to me, a curl flat from these guys, but you get a little bit of a glance here into these windows, and if you like it, take it. And then you got this curl to the outside. He's working the flat. He's coming across as well for pro. But on this, man, linebackers don't get enough depth. He's kind of sitting here in no man's land, not really doing anything. He's not either, just eyeballs on the quarterback. So Chandler's, hey, those guys are too tight to the line of scrimmage. So let's push this thing to the second window, and he throws it between these guys. Never throw it over backers, always through windows, and that's what they do right here. Just rip it right between those linebackers. Safety's rolled way over. You see that guy's rolled way too far over, thinking that the possible slot fade or something. So now they work back to the middle of the field with that, skinny post. Those between the linebackers, nobody's left. Explosive play here for Ole Miss with their twins into the boundary, just running some sort of a curl flat, because there's a curl right there as well, and there's your flat route. This is a great design here by Kiffin, and so they're running deep crossers is what it looks like here, and they're playing zone coverage. Looks like some sort of a cover 3 here. You got your tight end, fullback, so we're in a heavier set. Tight end here falls down. Seen this a couple times from different teams, but tight end falls down. You see him right here on the ground thinking, man, act like you're a bad football player. Fall down. All right, then he hops back up. He's running the shallow. And by that time, they didn't think they had any flat threat, so everybody's getting a lot of depth, trying to guard these crossers. They're trying to get to the end zone. Obviously, this is a second and goal situation, so this is not a do or die. But right there, good job protecting. And then Chambliss, you just got to buy enough time. All right, you just got to know, hey, at some point, that's going to be open and pop open, so we've got to buy enough time, and then they give it to him. So great job, just staying alive, and then right there, walk-in touchdown on a really good call. I mean, one of those things, you see this every now and then. I'm sure a lot of teams have these plays in, but it takes a little bit of guts to call them, because whenever it doesn't work, it looks pretty bad. But right there, great call, man. Coming wide open, walk-in touchdown here for Ole Miss in a really key situation, because right here, they'd been playing really well, but they were still down by 1 point here to Oklahoma. So this is a really big play, key play here, getting into the end zone. And after that, they extended it and really put this game away. So earlier we saw Ole Miss in this pretty much the same formation, twins into the boundary, close to this same spot of the field. And this receiver ended up running a glance or a skinny post or something like that, and they threw him the football. This time, instead of having the safety way out here, safety's in the middle of the field, and he even rolls to try to help on this receiver here that's got a chance to go vertical. So on this, whenever that safety rolls, this is a great call, great anticipation of what was about to happen here for Kiffin. 7-man pro, and you go a glance, fade. So a Slade right there, slant fade, boom, fade, and you got a hitch here to the outside. Chambliss knows as soon as that safety rolls, as you see his eyes go here to the single side, safety's getting off the hash. I'm going to take the shot here one-on-one with the matchup that we like on that double move. And right there, man, just let it ride. Good pace to it, and great throw and catch. Hit him right in stride. Huge explosive play here with just about 7 minutes left in the game to push this thing down the field, to give him a chance for a field goal. But again, the anticipation and just kind of setting this play up, hey, knowing that this safety is going to go with the quarterback's eyes, let's double move this safety, and then just the accuracy of the throw and catch. Huge play there for Ole Miss. Get him down and create an explosive play on a 1st and 10. Another thing that I thought was pretty good was the run game. Now, they only averaged 2.8 per rush, but the thing is, they kept running it. 41 rushes, trying to keep Oklahoma honest so then they could take those shots down the field. They did have some success. Too many negative plays still in the run game. But right here on this one, this is a big play. First touchdown of the day. Just running inside zone. And this is on a 2nd and 5. And Oklahoma, they're showing pressure. So right here you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys here on the line. And they're just running inside zone, split zone with a little bit of motion. And so whenever he gets downhill, those guys, they just kind of jump out thinking this is going to be a pass, and now there's a big gap here to the front side, and then you got to do a great job blocking on the edge whenever you score from distance. So right there, good job here by the receiver, and of course just working up in your zones, see who shows up, and man, it ends up being backside linebacker. Everybody's out of position, and they're able to get this guard, backside guard all the way on the nose. When you can do that and have 2 guys free up for the linebackers on the front side, that gives you a good chance for a big play, and that's what happens right there. So I took those linebackers, and poor angles there from the safeties. And, of course, finishing the play in the end zone. Great job, great speed there by Lacy to finish in the end zone here for a huge first touchdown there in the first quarter for Ole Miss. Another look here, just of inside zone, and the great thing about this is a balanced formation. So you got a guy in the pistol, you got two tight ends right here. They're running inside zone left, so really no keys telling you which direction they're going to go on this. He blocks down. Great job here by the tight end, and of course Jaden Williams, former Wampus cat right here. Played for me back in the day, blocking down, moving that guy a little bit. Great job here. He's squeezing this gap. Just get on him and use that momentum to get some horizontal movement. So that's what happens here. Backside tight end working across. Great job not just being out of control and running past this guy, getting a piece of him and creating that gap that you want to create. So right there, watch that thing down, get horizontal movement, get play side shoulder so you can kick so the running back can get vertical. And of course, this is a lot easier said than done for this back to be patient, especially on a 3rd and 1. A lot of times they're going to just come up here and just fly in there and hope that something happens, but the patience here is really good. And then once you see that kick, there's a small crease right there. And it's non-existent at the moment, but you just know, hey, they're going to keep working that horizontally, and I'm going to go vertical right there, make it safe to make the tackle. I mean, this doesn't seem like much, just a 4-yard run, but a lot going on, a lot of good football being played right here. Up front with those tight ends and that running back being patient. Really good football play for about 4 yards on a 3rd and 1. There's another good look here of Ole Miss being somewhat creative in the run game. And, of course, keeping them honest. You got a bubble here from this bunch. You got unbalanced because you got a receiver here. And they're running wide zone to the left. And really, you just count numbers again. So are they going to be open and have space? And if they are, then rip it out there to them. They didn't adjust well enough as far as the numbers because this guy's negated here. He's going to work there, and you got your tight ends working out here to the safety. So these guys are too tight, playing the run, so he can flip that bubble out there to him. And this is somewhat of a read because he knows this is the extra guy. If he runs here, great. We're going to hand the ball off. We got numbers that direction on the wide zone. But if he plays in the box or plays to the front side, rip the bubble out there to him. So that's what they do. Again, there's a bit of a mesh. He sees that guy stay in, throw it out there to him, stretch the defense, make them play those receivers and not the run game. So find a conflict defender, get it out there in space, and right there creating a 12-yard play on 1st and 10 with a simple RPO, reading that inside linebacker. We're on the goal line, of course. A lot of people might be questioning a few things they did on the goal line in short yard situations, but this one was a good call. You got a heavy set. You got 2 big linemen out here, and you're just running inside zone this way. Direct snap to the back. Chambliss going to the left. Trying to take a defender with him. That's what they do, take the D end. And you got 2 pullers here. They end up taking the linebackers on this. So really good call. Ends up being an easy score, really, I think, because this guy gets wide. Like, why would you be worried about that guy going wide? Just squeeze that. If they're going to throw it to him, make him do it, you know. So that's something that I definitely say right there for the defense. Don't worry about that quarterback. Make them prove that they're going to throw him the ball because they hadn't done it yet. But right there, easy walk in. Great job there by the big lineman. Taking care of those linebackers. Another big play right there, going up 2 scores against Oklahoma right there, right before halftime. Another big part of the running game was Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, he had 51 yards rushing, and some of it was called, some of it was scrambled. But right here, we got a couple of looks where these were called. These were obviously quarterback draws. You got these guys, they're running their stick routes, their out routes. If you like it, you could possibly throw it. But if not, we're running draw. And 5-on-5 in the box here with Oklahoma playing back. This is on a 3rd and 11. And right there, you got a back leading. So we should be plus. And Trinidad going vertical. If he doesn't slip and he keeps playing fast, he should get a first down, which could end up leading to a touchdown. But ends up slipping. Again, great call. Give them an option to flip the ball out on the edge. If you don't like it, you got a quarterback draw with a pretty good player. Obviously a good athlete. Should be able to finish with a first down right there. But again, Chambliss had 50-plus yards rushing to go along with Lacy's 70. So they got just over 100 yards. Total offense as far as rushing the football, and the draws were part of it. And this is another look here, 3rd and 8, and this was a really big play in the game. So 3rd and 8, again, you're getting a chance where you have hitches outside. If you like the hitches, you can take it. But if not, now you got that quarterback draw, and you see running back leading right there on the guy who's spying. And once they get a piece of him, really no chance for these guys. And this time he doesn't slip, falls forward. This is a great play. I mean, he starts out wide, and then he gets back vertical to try to finish with the first down. And this was a huge play. I mean, falling forward, getting that first down ends up being a touchdown here later in the drive, obviously. But right there, 3rd and 8, quarterback draw. That's what having a really good athlete there, on the back end at quarterback can do for you. It evens up the box, makes people play a little bit more sound, makes them have to stay in there and twist, keep the guys to spy. But right there, he finds a way. He runs through 2 arm tackles right there to get a first down on a huge play in this game for Ole Miss. They really gave him a chance to win this game. Obviously, it was a huge win for Ole Miss, but there's also a couple of situations where they look pretty questionable. Not just a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination. Go up, beat a top 15 team on the road, really good. Right early, obviously, it was rainy, so up 10-3, 3rd and 4. They really don't give our guys a chance right here. Bad snaps to the low and to the left. Chambliss can't handle it. He just falls on it. So different situations where just weren't able to finish through drives and things like that. Here we go again. We throw in Austin Simmons here, and every time he came in, just kind of looked disjointed. But obviously, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're just kind of randomly tossed in there. But right here, pretty good call. You're getting a little bit of a switch here. One's going here to the back of the end zone. He's going out, faking inside zone, trying to really get these linebackers to step in and then throw the ball to the least guarded part of the entire football field, back to the end zone. So right here, good hard play fake, good stutter here by one, like he's blocking that linebacker, and he slips vertical. Safety's out of position. Good anticipation putting this thing up high for your guy. Just a little bit off. I mean, it's just one of those things, again, coming in cold. You have this entire field kind of here to loft the ball to, and we're trying to make too perfect of a throw, man. Hey, you put this thing with a lot more air, turn to a balloon, and drop this thing back here where your guy can make an easy catch. But right there, just a little bit off with the throw. Should have been a big touchdown here for Ole Miss as well. Simmons still in here, and a bit of an empty set. You're getting a rub here. It looks like a drive concept, and then we're going to get some rubs. Guys working across the field, so you got a progression going vertical. Boom, sticking that thing going in. You're getting a rub here to the corner. This guy's working in. All right, so one thing, if you don't like the out, great. Now I'm working this, don't like it, so let's go ahead and work our progression. That is somewhat covered. I do like the space here, just the accuracy, and a little bit late on the throw. You got to put this thing here now. There's your space. If you hold on to it and throw this thing behind it all, and of course right here, high and behind, makes it hard for him to make a play. Now, if you didn't like it, you've got this guy with the rub working back in, and there's your fifth option on that. But I really do, I mean, I like it. I like the decision to throw it. We're just late. We're behind right here. It's one of those things, again, probably not a lot of reps, and obviously coming in cold off the bench with a couple of errant throws. Again, Austin Simmons in here, 4th and 1. I ain't got any question going for it. I go for it a lot of times in these situations as well. 4th and 1, you feel like you had a good play call. Like they're trying to run Philly special or some along those lines, and just the snaps a little bit off. Running back can't handle it, and I mean, gives them the ball on their own 15. That stinks, especially whenever the play's not executed, just with the easy stuff to snap. So right there, I thought that was one of those things. Hey, if you're going to go for it, fine. I'm not going to question it. But just the execution, obviously don't like snap to a guy that typically doesn't catch snaps. I mean, maybe he does it 2 or 3 times a game. And right here, snaps a little bit off. Obviously, you had some issues with this during the game. And this allowed Oklahoma really get back into it. They were struggling offensively. But, again, if you get this first down, go down and score, that might be a ball game right there for you. So, playing aggressively, I'm not going to question it. But as far as the play call, I do kind of question that just a little bit. Here's another look on a 3rd and 1. I know they end up getting the first down on this one, but later on, here's another look of a 3rd and 1 right here, trying to take a shot. So a heavy set, and they leak their tight end down the field and get him wide open. They just don't really give him an opportunity to make a play. So right here, just a little bit long off his back foot, which you know this is how that ball is going to have to be thrown, but just not enough air to let your guy go make a play for you. It's Luke Haas. Guy from Bixby, I believe, played at Arkansas last year. But right there, just a little bit long on it. Again, just not perfect on everything they're doing. Just a few misses here and there that really could have been big for this game for sure to stretch the lead a little bit. I know they do end up getting the first down, so here's a 4th and 1. So again, going for it on your own end. This is on the 34-yard line. So again, not going to question it. If you're going to go for it, let's go for it. Let's have that as a pretty consistent theme for us. And the one guy that can make the plays is his corner. He tries to slip that inside. His eyes are in the backfield. Get on that shoulder and pin him. Flip the thing there behind the line of scrimmage. And we end up falling forward here at Ole Miss to get the first down. 5+ yards on 3rd and 1. We're on a 4th and 1. Playing aggressively. And I believe this ends up leading to a touchdown that really stretches this lead for Ole Miss. So big completion. Great job going for it. Not being deterred with that last one. I like this call a lot better because you got the ball's in the hands of the quarterback, and then you're also running something you've probably ran 1,000 times throughout the offseason and the year. So I really like this call a lot better than the last one, and I also like the aggressiveness of Lane Kiffin going for it right there in your own end. With all that being said, man, that's an awesome win for Ole Miss going on the road. Again, being a top 15 team. Really good defense. Their offense is struggling a little bit, so I thought that was really good for the defense to come out and play well. Big game, obviously, 7-1 now. Still with a chance to get to the SEC championship, and of course, playoffs are still in line as well. But I really appreciate you guys watching. See you guys in the next video.